Coming to you live from Woodstock. Canadians visiting the Bulls this evening. I am trying out a new app that's going to show the score and if we're on a power play or a penalty kill and the time. It may not be 100%. Going to take me a little bit of time to get used to it, so bear with me, but it'll be kind of nice because we'll have all that information on the screen instead of me having to let you guys know what's going on. So, Canadians in the white jerseys today, Bulls in the red. Looks like starting goaltender for today's game will be Cam McFarland. I'm just waiting to see who's starting us off. For skaters, I'm seeing McLean with Gargano and Scott. So Scott, McLean, Gargano up top. And on the D-line, we're going to see McDougall and Shepard. 15 minutes on the clock. Getting ready for puck drop here. And we're off, and it's deep into the Bulls zone. Gonna come up on the boards there. Down along back. It's McDougall who passes it over to Shepard. Shepard's gonna play that up, looking for Scott. Referee gets in the way there, and that's gonna be taken by the Bulls. Bulls now 2-on-1. McDougall trying to keep his man to the outside. That shot's on the outside of the net. Down into the corner it goes. Bulls come away with it, but that's poked away by Scott. Scott gets it back to McLean. McLean now. Coming back the other way are the Bulls. And McDougall gets a stick on that again. Still out front though. That goes to the side of the net. Down low. Trying to chip it out. Gargano tries to chip it into the neutral zone. Gargano still has it. Flips it up to McLean. And McLean's going to dump it. Canadians go for a change. Picked up by the Bulls down in their end. Not the best view here, unfortunately, but that is Kirkpatrick who's come out with McShane. McShane fires, save. So this is the last exhibition game. We will start regular season next weekend. First game on a Saturday with the Beavers. Face-off coming up in the Bulls zone. Kirkpatrick with Dara and McShane. That's going to come around. Kept in by Hoyt. Down low. Dara working along the boards. Has Kirkpatrick with him. And that's going to be the Bulls trying to get it out. Get it into the neutral zone. Picked off by McShane. McShane now driving. Has Kirkpatrick with him. Kirkpatrick's going to go down low. Pick that up. He plays it forward, looking for help, but the Bulls get there first, but picked back up by McShane. Fires, oh, chip, oh, nice try on the deflection by Kirkpatrick from Hoyt. He tries again, another save by the goalie. Kirkpatrick on his knees trying to get it to McShane. It comes back to the half wall, and Hoyt comes away with it. The Bulls that come away with it. Kirkpatrick on the back check. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it, and they're going to bail it into the Canadians' end. Picked up by Paisley. He plays it over to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it up to Gilbert. Gilbert plays it forward. Taken back by the Bulls. And now Hoyt, and shot. Big save by McFarland. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. We're going to see Miller come out. And off the draw. That's Stella. Stella to Gilbert. Nice pass. Save, rebound. Nice try by Markowski, but another save. Stick on that by Chase Stella. And that's going to come back. Chase Stella plays it back to Keegan Stella. He flips it forward, plays it forward again, trying to get through the pack. He does, has Markowski and Gilbert with him, passes over Markowski. Another big save by the Bulls there. That's going to come up the wall. Stella's going to hold the line. He fires from the point, and that is a save by the goalie, played off to the side by the Bulls. Down low is Keegan. Keegan to Markowski, back to Keegan. Keegan trying to get it, plays it back to Miller. Miller fires from the point, deflects off the Bulls D out front. Bulls are gonna pick it up. Bulls trying to make their way far past there. Miller now. Miller in a foot race. Down low, Bulls get there, but Miller keeping his man. Scott has come out now as McLean. Scott down low, working along the boards. McLean in there, that's gonna be Miller. And that's going to be, looks like a penalty to McLean. So we're gonna go to a penalty kill here. Out for the penalty kill is, no, we're switching things up. So it's gonna be Kirkpatrick, Dara with McDougall and Shepard. Off the draw, the Bulls do get possession. They go back to their D. That shot's well wide of the net. Gonna be picked up by Dara. Dara pushes it forward, trying to get it out. Bulls are gonna keep it in. Shot on net, and rebound is covered. Good job by McFarland as he keeps that one out. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Gonna stick with these four. Win off the draw by Kirkpatrick. Down low, Kirkpatrick tries to get it over to McDougall. McDougall working in along the boards. Bulls have it. Shepard now working. Bulls still have control. Someone's got to pressure here, guys. We just let him come right in and shoot. McDougall down low. Kirkpatrick helping along the boards. Puck's loose. Shepard in a battle there. It's going to come around and it's going to slip outside into the neutral zone. That's Dara pressuring. They're going to put it back. Offside is the call. Face-off coming up outside the Canadian zone. Canadians going for a change here. We're going to see Hoyt with Paisley, and up top, Gilbert with McShane. And we're going to go a little bit further. Off the draw, Canadians get possession. Hoyt plays it down deep into the Bulls zone. That's Gilbert pressuring. Bulls go D to D in behind their own net. Find it up, trying to get it out. That's going to come back into the neutral zone. Poked ahead. And now the Bulls on the rush. Shot. Big save by McFarland once again. Another face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. We've got 56 seconds left here. My timing's a little off. Markowski with Hoyt. Hoyt trying to rim that around the boards. Paisley gets it. Paisley taken down. Can't get the clear out, and that's going to be a penalty. Tripping penalty to the Bulls. So we will head back down. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 action for 45 seconds. And then we'll go to a power play. Stella, Markowski, Hoyt, Paisley. Can't hold it in on that one. Now Hoyt under pressure. Hoyt down low. Hoyt picks it up. Tries to find the... And now Markowski pressuring. Stella gets a piece of that. Stella... Down, poked away, back to Hoyt. Hoyt goes to Paisley, back to Markowski. Markowski has Stella with him. Markowski fires, blocked shot by the Bulls player out front, and the Bulls are on their way back. Still 4-on-4 here for another 16 seconds. Stella working along the boards with Hoyt. Poke comes out, kept in by the Bulls D. They go back down. Hoyt fires it over to Paisley. Paisley gets it up to Stella. Goes just past him though, and the Bulls are going to play it down the other way. We're now on a power play for 1 minute. Hoyt plays that up, trying to find the player in the neutral zone, but the Bulls just put it right back down. That's going to be picked up in behind by Chase Stella. Stella plays it up to Scott. Scott has Gargano and McShane with him. Plays it into the slot, kept in by Stella. Stella still has it. 33 seconds to go here. Stella down low, looking for options, has Scott in the slot, plays it back. That's McLean, and goal! McLean from the point. Looks like Scott gets it in there as well, so that puts the Canadians on the board, 1-0 in the first period. I gotta get my clock back in sync here. Power play goal for the Canadians. And off the draw, the Bulls are coming in. That's Miller. And now McShane. McShane has Kirkpatrick. Plays it up to Kirkpatrick. Goes off his stick and into the zone. No icing as he touched it in the neutral zone. Bulls play it back. That is Dara and Kirkpatrick working along the boards. McShane picks it up. Tries to play it back. Kept in. And down to McShane. McShane playing it forward. McShane has Kirkpatrick again. Sees Kirkpatrick. And good play by the Bulls there out front as they're going to sneak that away, but that's going to be picked up by McShane once again, and McShane's going to put it down deep. Kirkpatrick goes in, Kirkpatrick pressuring, they bail it back the other way, and McShane gets a stick on that, and kept in at the line by McDougall, but this one does sneak out, and that is an offside call as it just went past the blue line. Face-off coming up outside the Bulls zone. We're going to see Gilbert, Markowski, Stella, and Shepard and McDougall on the blue line. All right, off the draw, Bulls do have possession. That comes right back to Shepard. Shepard pokes it forward, finds Markowski. Markowski, I feel like we were offside there. Might have got away with one. Picked up by Stella. Stella doubles back, tries to find Markowski in the slot. Pass is good, just too many Bulls stick in the way there. And now we've got Shepard. Beautiful play by Shepard. What a job. 2-on-1 there, and he keeps it out of harm's way. And another beautiful save by McFarland. Down low, they're going to play it back to their D, but that gets past. And Stella gets a stick on that and pushes it forward. The Bulls play it down in behind their own net. Playing it around, picked up by Gilbert there, kept in by Markowski and Shepard, and now Stella's down low in the corner. They play it back again. Shepard once again keeps it in, fires it towards the net. Save, plays it out. Stella down low again. I thought they might have blown the whistle there, but goalie decided to play it. Shepard once again, he's going to pinch in, and a strong stick, shot towards the net, rebound, and oh, nice try by Gargano on the rebound. That's going to be picked up by Shepard again, fires it from the side, and he'll hang on to that one. Face-off coming up in the Bulls zone. We've got Hoyt and Paisley on the blue line up top. It's McLean, Gargano, and Scott. Scramble off the draw, comes back to Paisley. He pushes that down deep, looking for Scott. Scott working along the boards. McLean into assist. Scott's going to come away, trying to find Gargano on the slot. Oh, yeah! McLean goes bar down to put another one on the board for the Canadians. All right, coming out for the Canadians is Kirkpatrick, Dara, McShane, Hoyt staying on D, that passes that up, gets just past Dara. Hoyt again in the neutral zone trying to push it forward. Dara trying to get it over to Kirkpatrick. It's going to get pushed out though by the Bulls player. Hoyt under pressure. Bulls player, this is a have a terrible view here. Sorry, guys. Trying my best. And that gets up to Dara in the neutral zone. Dara making his way into the neutral zone has Kirkpatrick far side with him. Kirkpatrick driving towards the net and bouncing puck. That was a tough one, but good try. Kirkpatrick plays it over again. Dara trying to find, oh, beautiful try by McShane. Beauty pass by Dara. Down low into the corner. Dara again, he gets hit from behind. Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick picks it up, looking to pass it to McShane. He does. McShane gets the shot off, but saved by the Bulls goalie. Down low, comes back into the neutral zone. D to D pass, that's Stella who goes up to McShane. McShane has Kirkpatrick with him, fires it, and saved by the Bulls goalie. Good pressure here from the Canadians. Face-off coming up in the Bulls zone with Gilbert, Markowski, Stella K, Stella C, and Miller. Markowski, Stella picks it up down low, plays it out, looking for Gilbert, gonna get by him. Miller trying to hold the line. He regroups in the neutral zone, plays it back to Markowski. Markowski now with Gilbert, trying to get the pass up to Gilbert. Markowski down in the corner, still has control of the puck, doubles back, gives it to Keegan. Miller fires, that goes off a Bull's stick and high. That's going to be picked up by Gilbert, and now Stella picks it up. Stella plays it back to other Stella. Stella to Stella. Stella to Markowski, and oh, good try there by Chase Stella, good pressure. That's going to be picked back up by, and that will be icing. So we'll head back down into the Bull zone. Good hustle by, oh my gosh, I forgot to push the, gotta let the clock run a little bit. Forgot to push it last time. All right, face-off coming up in the Bull zone with Gargano, McLean, Scott, and McDougall, and Shepard on D. 4:17 to play here in the first period. Off the draw, that's going to be McLean working down low, and now Gargano tries to come around. It's going to get out to McDougall in the neutral zone. McDougall now goes the full length of the ice. Bulls come away with it. Good stick by McLean there. Out front, McLean trying to play it forward to Scott. He does. Scott going for the long pass to Gargano, but we're offside. Gargano now driving into the zone. Gargano goes down low, has McLean with him, and Scott fires it to Scott. Can't get the one-timer off. Goes back the other way. McDougall trying to keep his man to the outside. Shot. Nice save by McFarland. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Paisley, Hoyt, Kirkpatrick, McShane, and Dara. The draw, possession to the Bulls. Quick shot, Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. McShane picks it up, trying to find Kirkpatrick in the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick has it, passes it to Dara. Dara has Kirkpatrick, back to Kirkpatrick. Oh, it just gets behind him. Nice try there. Goes down along the boards. Hoyt shoots that forward. And Kirkpatrick down into the corner. Can't get a stick on it. McShane picks it up, plays it over. Dara trying to get a stick on it. Again, it goes down low. Kirkpatrick in behind. Now down in the corner. Picked up by the Bulls. They try to clear it out. McShane and Dara working together to keep that in. That's just high over the net. Kirkpatrick picks it up in behind. Goes around. And trying to get it out. Dara picks it up. McShane out front into the slot. Bulls are going to play it over to the side. And now Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that, but they play it D to D in behind the net. Bulls looking to get it out of their zone. And Hoyt keeps that in. Canadians need a change. Partial change coming as Gilbert comes out. Guys play by Gilbert, trying to get it to McShane. McShane can't get the one-timer off. There's too many Bulls sticks in the way. Rebound. Good save again. Another rebound. Loose puck picked up by the Bulls. Flurry of chances there by the Canadians, but can't get it past the Bulls goalie. Smart play there As Paisley gets it up to Markowski. Markowski looking for Gilbert. Gilbert out front. Back to Stella. Bouncing puck. Markowski picks it back up and regroups. Looking for options. Markowski fires it over to Hoyt. Hoyt. And nice try by Gilbert out front. Down low. Stella now pressuring. That's going to get pushed back. Paisley in the neutral zone. And that was close to offside, but the call isn't there. And big save, but the rebound is good. The Bulls were in position for the rebound, so they'll put one on the board there. Good try by Cam. So with 1.5 to play in the first, Canadians up 2-1. We've got Gargano, McLean, Scott, Miller, and Stella. That's going to be Gargano. Doubles back the other way, going to be picked up by McLean. McLean down low, back to Gargano, and that's Miller in this. Oh, just couldn't get all on it. Bulls play it back, but mishandled. Allows Gargano to pick it up down low. They get it to the half wall, though, and they make their way through the neutral zone. McLean on the back check. They keep him to the outside. It's going to be picked up by Miller to chase Stella. Stella plays it up to Scott. Scott goes back the other way. Last minute to play here in the first period. Goes to Miller. Miller fires it to Gargano on the half wall. Gargano plays it over, looking for Scott. Scott trying to get there. It's just ahead of him. Good play by Scott. Referee gets in the way. And that is going to be off the bench McDougall, who plays that forward. And now Dara has Kirkpatrick with him. Dara moves towards the net. Dara tries to get a shot off, but the Bulls stick gets in the way. Play it off the wall. That's picked up by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick down low, finds Dara. Goes off the stick, picked up by the Bulls, kept in by McDougall. McDougall now, out front. McDougall down low, and that's the end of the period. So we'll take a break quickly and see everyone for the second. All right, ready for the second period here. So out for the Canadians, we have McShane, Kirkpatrick, and Dara, with Shepherd and McDougall on the blue line. False start there. And off the draw, possession to the Canadians. That's going to be Shepherd, who doubles back, gets it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick passes it up to Dara. Little too far in front, but that's a misstep by the Bulls. McShane, shot bouncing, oh gosh, goes to the side. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on it, but it goes through everybody. And it's McDougall now. McDougall picks it up in behind, passes it up to McShane. Play comes back the other way. That's Shepherd now. Shepherd trying to get it forward, picked up by the Bulls. And McDougall pushes it back, but the Bulls regain possession right away. Picked up once again. Shepherd playing it up, kept in by the Bulls D. Down low, that's Kirkpatrick and Dara. Kirkpatrick gets it to Dara. Dara now plays it over to McShane. McShane making his way through the neutral zone. Has McDougall with him, tries to get the shot off. And they're going to play that out to the side. Scott has come, or sorry, that's Gilbert. Gilbert and Markowski. That's a trip. Thank you. Bulls are going to go to the box for the tripping penalty on Markowski. So we will head to the power play here with Paisley, Hoyt, Markowski, Stella, and Gilbert. Draw is a win to Hoyt. Hoyt goes to Paisley. Paisley fires it. Yeah! Nice shot from the blue line by Paisley, and Gilbert gets the tip in. That's an efficient power play, folks. 9 seconds. We'll keep these 5 out here. Off the draw, possession to the Bulls. Down into the Canadian zone. Down in behind the net, picked up by the Bulls player. Hoyt plays it back to Paisley. Markowski now getting in the mix. And Markowski comes away with it. Plays it up to Stella. Stella goes wide over to Gilbert. Gilbert now driving. Looking for Markowski again. Nice try there on the chip. Just goes to the side of the net. And Stella, good try out front by both Markowski and Keegan Stella. Coming back the other way. Hoyt trying to keep his man to the outside. He does. Bulls looking for the pass up into the slot. And that comes out. And now Stella picks that up into the neutral zone. 2-on-1 here. Stella and Gilbert. He fires. Oh, baby. That's a beautiful shot by Keegan Stella. As he adds another one to the board for the Canadians. Coming out now, we're going to see Chase, Stella, and Scott, McLean, and Gargano. Off the draw, the Bulls, that's Miller, playing his man to the outside. Miller, McLean. McLean gets a stick on that. He's taken down. Bulls pick it back up. Miller picks that up, plays it over, looking for Stella. Stella picks that up down low, plays it up to Scott along the half wall. Scott. And battle at the blue line there. It is out. And that gets chipped forward. Now Scott trying to get there. Has Gargano with him. Bulls player gets a stick on that one. And it's in the feet. McLean rebounds it. Back to Stella. Stella fires. Saved by the Bulls goalie. Down low. That's McLean working along the board. Scott in to assist. The Bulls come away with it. Gargano tries to pick it off. Goes off his foot. But the Bulls regain possession. And that's off. Oh, wow. That was offside. That's going to rim around the boards. Too many. That's too many men. Good call by the ref there. Clearly too many. The call was too many men. Bench not happy about it, but that was the call. So face-off, power play coming up for the Canadians. Out for the power play is Kirkpatrick, Dara, McShane, McDougall, and Shep. Bulls with a last-minute change here. Off the draw, Kirkpatrick gets it to McShane. McShane picks it back up. McShane plays it over to McDougall. McDougall fires it towards the net. That's wide of the net. Picked up by the Bulls. And they're going to make it the full length of the ice. McFarlane comes out and leaves it for McDougall. McDougall now in a push a match against the board. Kirkpatrick in. And they're just going to blow it down. So face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Paisley, Hoyt, Gilbert with Stella and Markowski. Off the draw, that's going to be Hoyt. Playing it up to Markowski. Markowski now into the neutral zone. Has Gilbert, plays it back to Stella. Stella plays it down to Markowski. Markowski plays it back to Paisley. Paisley fires. And, oh, good try by Gilbert there. Doesn't get too far, just to the neutral zone. Hoyt goes D to D. Just a minute left in the power play. Stella's going to take this in. Stella down low, looking for the pass. Comes all the way around, goes to Paisley. Paisley, oh, block shot. That's going to be picked up by Hoyt, though. No problem there. 43 seconds left in the power play. We go Paisley to Stella. Stella gets it up to Markowski. And that's going to be passed over to Hoyt. Hoyt trying to get it in the slot. Gilbert. And that's going to be picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert still has it. Paisley pinches in. Fires. Save. And he's going to cover that one. 20 seconds left in the power play for the Canadians. Gargano with McLean and Scott on the blue line. Stella and Miller. Off the draw, McLean to Scott to Gargano. Goes down low, picked off by the Bulls. Good job there by Miller. Comes in, keeps it in. D to D. They try to fire it out. That's Scott out front, and McLean tries to get the shot off. That's kept in. Oh, good try by Miller. Just got past the blue line. He's going to go back to Stella. Stella up to Gargano. We're back even here now. Gargano plays it up to Scott. Scott has McLean with him. He's going to play it back to Miller. Miller's going to fire it. Save. Rebound gathered up by the Bulls. It's Gargano and Scott down low. Gargano trying to get it over to McLean. And it's going to be picked up by Scott. He's going to play it back to Miller. Oh, shoot. Just gets under his stick. Miller plays it back. That's McLean who picks that up. Fires it deep. Tries to get a stick on it. Scott does get a stick on it, but Bulls regain possession. That's kept in, but then fired. And that's Chase Stella gathering that up in the Canadian zone. Goes for the pass up to McDougall off the bench. And that's McShane there. Oh, that goes off the crossbar. Dara, Kirkpatrick, and McShane. And good job. Kept in once again. 3-on-2. Shot wide of the net. Picked up by Dara down low. Dara, he's taken down Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick's taken down. Trying to get it out to McShane. Bouncing puck into the neutral zone. That's Shepard. Shepard, beauty play. Plays that back. McShane picks it up in the neutral zone. Has Kirkpatrick with him. McShane. Kirkpatrick driving to the net. Kirkpatrick. Oh, just in behind. Pass in behind. Dara now. Good job by Shepard. He bouncing puck keeps that in. McShane pressuring down low now. Shepard again keeps it in. Dara goes for a change. Kirkpatrick takes over his spot and they go for a change. Kept in. That's going to be picked up by the Bulls. Trying to get it through. Good play. Oh, jeez. I don't know. It's looking like it's offside, but maybe it's just my viewpoint. That's going to be Shepard now going down deep. He picks that up. Gets it to McShane. McShane off the chip in from Gilbert, Markowski, and now Gilbert picks it back up. Gilbert and Markowski. The Bulls still have it. Oh, how was that offside? Oh my gracious. Wide pass, that's going to be icing as no one home for the Bulls. So we'll head back down into Bulls territory. Markowski, Stella, Hoyt, Paisley, and Gilbert. Markowski pushes that forward off the draw, trying to get it to Stella. The Bulls get it, play it up into the neutral zone. Paisley, good pick there, plays it back to Stella. Stella looking to get it through to Gilbert, but picked off by the Bulls. Play in the neutral zone once again, that gets deep. Paisley, he's gonna play it D to D, gets it to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it up to Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get it up to Stella. Gilbert takes it in, has Stella with him. Stella plays it over to Paisley. Paisley fires it down to Markowski. Markowski, oh, good try. Picked up by Stella. Stella doubles back. Back to Markowski. Markowski out front. And good save. Nice save there. What is going on? There we go. There. Face-off coming up in the Bulls zone. Scott, McLean, Gargano, Stella, and Miller. Back to Miller. That goes off a stick, and that'll be a save by the goalie. Set back up here, do it all over again. Off the draw, back to Miller. Miller goes over to Stella. Stella, he's gonna play it down low. Picked up by Scott and McLean. McLean, Scott playing it down low. Gargano's gonna come in, he's against the boards. Scott trying to help. McLean staying out, but it's the Bulls who come away with it. And McLean steals that back though. McLean plays it back down low. Bulls are gonna go get it. They play it up. Scott keeps that in. And the Bulls once again come away with it. Into the neutral zone. Chase Stella keeping his man to the outside. And play comes out, but that's gonna be picked up by Scott. Scott chips it out into the neutral zone. Good play by Stella there. Gets it to Gargano. Gargano fires. Save, rebound. And that's a... Oh. Call is no goal. They say that the whistle went first. So face-off coming up in the Bulls zone. McShane, Kirkpatrick, Dara, Shepard, and McDougall. Off the drop. The Bulls pick it up. They go for the high pass. And that's a save by McFarland. Protect the goalie. All right, face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Kirkpatrick, Dara, McShane. Off the draw, it is possession to the Bulls. They're going to go D to D. That goes too far, though. Dara gets a stick on it. That's Shepard pushing it forward. Dara now working along, gets it to McShane. McShane plays it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick. He's taken down. How was that off? Oh, okay. I thought the call was offside at first, but it's going to be the tripping call. So Canadians will go to a power play. So Dara, Kirkpatrick, McShane, and McDougall and Shepard will all stay out. Off the draw, it's Dara. Plays it back, finds Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to McShane. McShane fires, saved by the goalie. Kirkpatrick with the rebound. And that's a... Canadians playing tough out there. Another face-off coming up. Off the draw once again. McShane now plays it over. Dara. Back to McShane. McShane plays it back. Shepard fires. That's just wide of the net. Kirkpatrick's going to pick that up. Kirkpatrick now trying to get it over to McShane, but the Bulls get a stick on it. He gets it back. Gets it to McDougall. McDougall keeps it in. Kirkpatrick puts it down deep, but the Bulls get it again. And that one's going to make it the full length of the ice. McFarland's... He's going to cover it. A couple of Bulls players were coming in hot, so Cam's going to go for the safe option. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with Markowski and Stella and Gilbert. Off the draw, that'll go Hoyt to Paisley. Paisley gets it to Stella. Stella goes for the cross-ice pass to Gilbert. It's good. Gilbert and Hoyt keeps it in. And that one's going to go all the way down the length of the ice. Paisley, good job, picked up. That goes to Gilbert. Gilbert, cross-ice pass. Or sorry, that wasn't Gilbert. Call is offside. So 39 seconds left in the power play. And it's McLean, Gargano, Scott, Miller, and Stella. D-to-D pass over to Stella. Stella up to Scott. Scott gets it to McLean. McLean looking for Gargano, but going to be stolen away by the Bulls. Stella down deep into the Canadian zone. Fires it up to Scott. Scott trying to get it to McLean. Scott goes over to Miller. Miller now. Miller, he's going to push it in deep. Met with a couple of Bulls players. And that's going to get blocked out front. Scott gets a stick on it, but the Bulls play it back once again. Stella coming through the neutral zone. Still has it. Chase Stella. Doubles back. We're back even. That's Gargano into the slot. Picked off by the Bulls. Playing now, trying to get a stick on it. The Bulls get it once again. We got, looks like McLean got an elbow. Oh, high stick is the call. So the Canadians will go back to the power play. Out for the power play is Dara, Kirkpatrick, McShane, Stella, and Miller. Off the draw, it's going to be played back to Miller. Miller goes back to McShane. McShane gets tied up. Miller picks it back up. Miller going to play it over to Stella. Stella, he's going to fire. Nice redirect out front. Beauty save by the Bulls goalie there. That was a real nice redirect out front, and it was a nice save. Possession off the draw over to McShane. McShane down low, has Dara out front. Goes back to Stella. Stella back to McShane. McShane plays it down to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick into the slot. Oh, nice try there on the one-timer from McShane. Down low is Dara. And that gets picked up out front. Kirkpatrick and Dara both got sticks on it. Now McShane regains. McShane going back. Kirkpatrick driving towards the net. Going to play it back to Miller. Miller fires. That's wide of the net, picked up by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now finds McShane. Yeah! Beautiful play as Kirkpatrick gets McShane to the one-timer. Good teamwork out there. All right, out for the Canadians. Markowski, Stella, Gilbert, McDougall, and Shep. Bulls play it off. Goes up off the inside of the glass there, so. 1:22 left to play here in the second period. Then we'll take a little break. Off the draw. Bulls do push it forward. That's McDougall who takes possession. McDougall plays it down in behind. Shepard gets there, plays it around, finds Gilbert. Gilbert trying to push it up to Markowski. Bulls intercept. That's picked back up by McDougall. McDougall plays it off the boards. Down low is Stella. And that's Stella who muscles it through. Bulls play it back. Good block there by Markowski. Markowski trying to get it up to Stella. And now Shepard working along the boards once again. Bulls fire it towards the net into the slot. Good pick off by Gilbert. Gilbert tries to get it to Stella, but the Bulls regain possession and go back the other way. Down along the boards once again. That's going to be McDougall who comes out with it. Plays it forward to Markowski. Markowski making his way through. Markowski still has it. Shot just wide of the net. That's going to rim around the boards. Stella's there trying to pick it up. Gilbert working along the boards as well. Stella now. Gilbert. Stella. Oh, off the post. That comes back the other way. Kept in by Hoyt, down low to Markowski. Last second of play here out front. Good try. So we'll head to the third period with a 5-1 lead. We'll see everybody after the Zamboni finishes up. right, third period action coming up. Starting us off for the third period, it looks like it will be Shepard, McDougall, Gargano, Scott, and McLean. Off the draw, it is possession to the Bulls. Picked up, pushed down low. That's going to be McDougall who fires that back up, finds Scott. Scott quickly to McLean. McLean pushes it forward. Oh my gosh, everybody's falling. And Scott picks that back up, goes for the centering pass to Gargano, but that is picked up by a couple of Bulls. And now Bulls coming back the other way. They do have a player up high. And that's Shepard. Nice play by him. Play out front, and that's a nice save. Comes back, and blocked shot out front. Gonna be picked up by Shepard. Comes back to the D again. Blocked shot. Back to the D again. Blocked shot. Holy smokes. Gargano now along the boards. He picks it up. Gargano as we go for... Gargano still has it. Driving towards, and that is going to be covered by the goalie. Face-off coming up in the Bull zone. We're going to see Kirkpatrick, Dara, McShane with Hoyt and Paisley. The draw, Kirkpatrick gets it lost in his feet. Goes around the other way. McShane gets a stick on it. McShane and Dara working down low. Dara tries to get there. The Bulls play it up and off the netting, so face-off will come back in the zone. Out. That comes back. Paisley tries to keep it in. That's going to be picked up by, mishandled by Kirkpatrick there. Paisley goes up to McShane. McShane pushes that forward. McShane has Kirkpatrick and Dare with him. He fires that shot, and the goalie will hang on to it. Face off once again in the Bulls zone. Same five staying out. Kirkpatrick to McShane. McShane goes. Kirkpatrick steals that away. Bouncy puck picked up by Dara to McShane. Canadians going for a partial change. McShane and Kirkpatrick will stay on as Dara goes out. Bulls regain possession. That is kept in, but then the Bulls take it back through the neutral zone. And the call will be offside. Nope, just a stoppage in play. No, it is offside. Okay. I thought that's what it was, but then Cam had the puck. So face-off for Markowski. Markowski gets it back to Miller. Miller to Stella. And Stella picks that up. Over to Markowski. Has Gilbert with him. Markowski driving towards the net. Finds Stella. Stella backhand just wide. And Chase Stella trying to get there. And now it's Miller. The Bulls player gets by. He's out wide. Tries the slot in front, but that's mishandled. It's going to be picked up by Keegan Stella. Keegan has Gilbert with him. He passes it up to Gilbert. Gilbert fires. Saved by the Bulls goalie. That comes back, but just gets by, and now we have a 2-on-1 here to McDougall. McDougall, that shot's high and wide of the net. It's going to be picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert plays it up to Keegan. Keegan has Markowski with him. That shot's wide of the net. Markowski picks it up. Markowski trying to double back. Run still comes away. Kept in by Shepard. Still kept in by Shepard. But that one comes out. Going to be kept in by McLean. McLean, Gargano, Scott. Bulls have possession down low. Play along the boards there. Sorry, folks. Down into the corner. The Bulls come away with it. And they're coming back into the neutral zone. McDougall checks that away, but they still have two. And that's a goal. So 5-2 as the Bulls get another one on the door. Kirkpatrick, Dara, McShane, Hoyt, and Paisley. Off the draw, it goes deep into the Canadian zone. Paisley plays it around to Dara. Dara trying to get it up. Kirkpatrick gets it up, but picked up by the Bulls. And that's picked off by Dara. Dara now driving towards the net. Dara. Oh, good try and the rebound. Oh, good try by McShane. That goes just up high, though, and over. Bulls coming back the other way. That's picked up, and now Kirkpatrick has it, trying to get it forward, but the Bulls push it down into the Canadian zone. Hoyt goes D to D. Paisley gets it up to McShane. McShane trying to find Kirkpatrick, but Dara's going to regain possession there. He's going to fire it deep and go for a change. Kirkpatrick pressuring. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it. Plays it back to Miller. Miller goes D to D over to Chase Stella. Up to Keegan Stella. Has Gilbert with him. Tries to play it forward to Gilbert. Gilbert in the corner. Markowski has come on. Bulls going back the other way. Miller keeping his man to the outside. Centering pass, no one home. Picked up by Stella. Stella to Gilbert. Has Markowski as well. Centering pass. Good play there by Chase. They were trying the high man. Gilbert plays it out into the neutral zone. That's picked up by Markowski. But the Bulls D regain possession and go D to D. Pass into the neutral zone. That's Miller. And big save by McFarland. Good job. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Gargano, McLean, Scott, McDougall, and Shep. McDougall looking for Gargano on the boards. Bulls keep it in. McLean and McDougall working along the boards. And that's going to be Shepard who picks it up. Shepard trying to get it to Scott. Picked back up by the Bulls. Play comes down. That's McDougall now. McDougall trying to get it to Gargano. Gargano plays it forward. Scott pressuring. That's going to be picked up by Shepard. Shepard trying to push it forward to Scott. The Bulls come away with it again. They go back. McDougall plays it to Gargano. Gargano takes it back. Plays it to Shepard. Shepard up to Scott. And McLean pokes up forward, but once again, Bulls regain possession. That's McLean or McDougall gets it, trying to get it up to Gargano. Gargano plays it to Kirkpatrick, and Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick, as they go for a change, tries to get the shot off. McShane comes on. Good steal there by Dara. Dara and McShane. McShane still has it. McShane fires. Wide of the net. Goes down low. Picked up by the Bulls. Kept in by Hoyt. It gets by him. Now that's Paisley. Paisley goes back the other way. Redirects back. Paisley making his way through. Carrying up into the neutral zone. Passes it over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick plays it back to Dara. That shot's just high and over the net. Going to be picked up down low by McShane. McShane down to Kirkpatrick. He tries to play it out to Dara once again. Intercepted by the Bulls. Down low, McShane trying to go back to Hoyt. That's Dara now on the back check. Bulls still have it. Play it forward. That looked offside. I don't know. Saved by McFarland and covered. Face off in the Canadian zone. Markowski. Both Stellas. Gilbert and Miller. Off the draw, it comes back. Played out by Stella. Now Gilbert chasing it down. Gilbert pressuring down low. Stella now gets a stick on it. Play comes around the other way. Markowski gets a stick on that, but it goes off the half wall and out into the neutral zone. Bulls have possession. That shot's well wide of the net. Gonna rim around the boards, and they're all offside. It's fired in deep. Picked back up by Miller. Miller goes for the pass up to Gilbert. Gilbert tries to feed it forward to Stella. Comes back. Markowski keeps it in. Pushes it deep. Markowski plays it to Stella. Saved by the goalie. Nice shot by Keegan Stella. Gargano, McLean, Scott, McDougall, and Shepard. Off the draw. It's going to be stolen away by the Bulls. In the neutral zone, Shepard now keeping his man to the outside. That shot's wide of the net. Picked up by Gargano along the boards. McLean. Good job by Shepard. Deflects that out front. Trying to get to Scott. That's chipped forward into the neutral zone. Picked back up by the Bulls. They play it up. Cross-ice pass. Then they play it deep. Shepard comes back the other way. McDougall's going to play it back. Bulls with possession down low. That goes back on the outside of the net. Picked up by Shepard. Shepard plays it over to McLean. McLean through the neutral zone. McLean has that poked away. Regains possession. Tries to get it up to Gargano. Along the boards. That's McDougall. Picked up by McShane. McShane now has Kirkpatrick. Over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick doubles back. Trying to get the shot off. Stolen away. Picked back up by McShane. And then over to Gargano. Back to the Bulls. Bulls come back the other way. Hoyt keeping his man out. Along the boards, they play it back. Kirkpatrick comes in now. Kirkpatrick and Hoyt picked up by the Bulls. That plays out to McShane. McShane, we got McShane up to Dara. Dara now getting, okay, really? It's a bit of a hook. Kirkpatrick, saved by the goalie. That's going to come back. Paisley's going to keep it in, play it back down, and good job. McShane gets a stick on that. McShane out to Dara, and saved by the goalie. Wow, what a save. What a play. Play it back down low. McShane plays it to Dara. Goes around the boards. Kirkpatrick leaves it for Paisley. Paisley down to Kirkpatrick. Bouncing puck though, goes over a stick. McShane in now. Dara tries to get a stick on that. Hoyt's going to pinch in. He plays it back down low. And good job. McShane keeps it in. Still has it. McShane taken away by the Bulls. Down low is Kirkpatrick. They're going to play it off the high ice. They're just trying to get it out. Paisley's going to pick that up. Paisley still has it. Plays it over to Gilbert. Gilbert has that stolen away. And that shot's wide of the net. And Bulls still have possession. Gilbert trying to get a stick on it. That's taken out by Gilbert. Bouncing puck. Hoyt takes possession, has Markowski and Stella with him. Now Stella, Markowski, Gilbert. Save. Rebound picked up by Stella again. Stella fires. Yeah! Keegan Stella finds top corner. Put another one on the board for the Canadians. Tripod is driving me nuts. 3.5 to play here in the third period. Keegan Stella, shot, save. McLean, Scott, Gargano out with Chase, Stella, and Miller. The draw, that's going to be possession to the Bulls. They rim it around the boards, pick it up through the neutral zone. Miller keeping his man to the outside. McLean. Off Miller again, into the, big save by McFarland. A boy, Cam! Face off in the Canadian zone. McLean with possession. And that shot's wide of the net, going to be picked up by Scott. Scott looking for the lead pass to Gargano. Gargano, that's stolen away by the Bulls. They come in. That's outside of the net. Outside of the net, and it's not in. They thought it was a goal. It was clearly the outside of the net there. That's going to get played up to Scott again. Intercepted by the Bulls. Scott picks it back up. Bouncing puck, though, goes back to the Bulls once again. Down low is Chase. And that's off the post, picked up by McDougall. He's going to rim it around the boards. Going to be kept in. Kirkpatrick now trying to get a stick on it. Kirkpatrick collides. That's going to come around to Dara, gets it to Kirkpatrick, and he's going to just put that over as McShane's coming off the bench. Bulls put it down deep. They play it back the other way. That's Zach coming in, Shepherd. Kirkpatrick took his spot on the blue line. Kirkpatrick, nice stick on the defensive move, picked up by McShane. McShane, shot, save, rebound. Dara was there. Bulls trying to get it out. And McDougall and Kirkpatrick working together, and bodies going everywhere here. Shepherd now. Good job, Shepherd and Kirkpatrick. That's going to be a penalty. So Kirkpatrick heading to the penalty box. So 1:11 to play here in the third. We'll end this game on a penalty kill. Out for the penalty kill, Paisley Hoyt. Paisley tries to get it out. Comes back, good job by Hoyt there. That's going to be picked up by Keegan Stella and now Markowski. Markowski fires, that goes off the netting and out of play. 53 seconds to play here. Face off in the Bulls zone. Markowski with the win. Hoyt plays that deep. But Markowski in behind the net. Markowski still with possession. Bulls play it out, and that goes outside. McLean plays it back, that gets through. That's Gilbert. He fires it back down deep, picked up. Good job there by McLean. He fires that deep. And Gilbert once again on the forecheck. 20 seconds left in the game here. Bulls go with a cross ice pass. No one home on that though. They come in, play outside of the net. Picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt playing it forward. Trying to get it out. Bulls still have possession. 7 seconds to play here. Down low. Play it back to their dish. And shot is over the net. So it will be a 6-2 win for the Canadians in their last exhibition game. And we will start regular season next week. See everybody then.